his $27.7 million player option earlier this offseason to allow the Warriors perhaps flexibility to pursue someone like LeBron James. Draymond Green and the Warriors agreed then to a one-year $27.7 million deal just yesterday. He's known to do, Draymond Green took to his podcast to discuss the pursuit of LeBron James.
You look at Golden State, and I ultimately don't think Bron was ever able to get over the history. And I understand it. I get it. What we all ultimately always knew is like, that's the hurdle to get over. We live in a day and age where everybody who doesn't have anything to say has something to say. He's going to get crushed if he comes to the Warriors. Oh, man, you went to team up with Steph. You had to go to them, da-da. And I think ultimately that weighed in on the decision a lot. And I ultimately think that played a big role in the Warriors not landing LeBron.
Kendrick Perkins, Brian Windhorst are here with us now on First Take. Hey, Perk, what's your reaction to what Draymond Green thinks about why LeBron didn't go to the Warriors?
That he's delusional. That played no part. The history of what they went through and the battles with Cleveland and Golden State had nothing to do with LeBron James' decision. By the way, let's be real here. LeBron James had one of the greatest comebacks in NBA history down 3-1 against the Golden State Warriors, okay? Let me highlight that. But on top of that, LeBron James just shows one of the best landing spots that he actually could go and compete for a title. When you look at the Golden State Warriors roster, and I look at it from top to bottom, yes, you're going to team up with Steph. Yes, it's going to be must-see TV. But outside of that, it's too much uncertainty, right? When you think about Kristaps Porzingis and his health issues, when you look at old man Al Horford, although he's in phenomenal shape, and then when you think about Jimmy Butler, we don't know what Jimmy Butler is going to look like when he returns from an ACL injury. On top of that, you're in a stacked Western Conference, a tough Western Conference with Wemby, SGA, Ant-Man, and Luka in there. So, again, the best landing spot for LeBron James, in my opinion, was in the Eastern Conference, and it happened to be the Philadelphia 76ers. But as far as the history playing a part in it, Draymond was delusional, and he knows.
So here's the thing, Perk. I was sitting with Iman Shumpert, the day that LeBron announced he was leaving the Lakers. And when the Warriors came up, the face that he made, Perk, I mean, like you were with the Cavs several of those finals, and Shump was there for 3 of them, including 16. Shump did not like the idea of LeBron going to the Warriors. So I think Draymond is maybe partially right. At the end of the day, Perk, I'm going to be on your side here. I think the Warriors weren't good enough. And bottom line, he's trying to win another championship, and if he thought the Warriors were good enough, he'd have gotten over it. Okay, and he went to Philly because he thinks they're better than the Warriors. I mean, even the Warriors are admitting that they got some problems right now. But I do think that the scars from the Kevin Durant thing, everybody emerged from that situation scarred. The Warriors guys, Durant, lots of people take shots at them for that, even though I will defend KD on that till I'm out of this chair because I know how hard it was to beat that 17 Cavs team. But whatever. This is Draymond talking like somebody who's got scars from the KD experience and where people tried to invalidate those titles and have taken shots at KD. I think on the pie chart, that was there. Only LeBron really knows. On the pie chart, it was there. It's not the biggest piece. I think Perk is right. The biggest piece is the quality of the team, but I don't think it meant nothing.
Yeah, I happen to agree with you, Brian, on that. I think he was just going to go to Philly, and I think he showed some guts by going to Philly because the Philadelphia sports fan does not care what LeBron did with the Lakers or Cleveland or Miami. That is a tricky fan base. They're not interested. So he goes there, his legacy is fine nationally, but the Philadelphia sports fan doesn't care about his legacy. That fan base is feisty. So as a result, he's got to go there and he's got to win. But I give him credit because he could have gone to Miami, nobody would have said a word. Riley, Spoelstra, Giannis. Could have gone to Cleveland, go back home, nobody could say a word. He's back home. Could have gone to Golden State, play with Curry. Nobody would have said a word if he goes play with Curry. I wouldn't have said anything if he went to Curry. And I don't think the history of the Cleveland Golden State series had anything to do with it. I think he saw the Knicks haven't won in 53 years and all the juice that provided. Philadelphia hasn't won in 43 years. I think he sees that as some fun. And I do think what Perk said, there's some truth to it. No San Antonio, no OKC. The East is far more wide open, in my eyes, than the West is. And I'll say one other thing that I've said a couple times this week already. People are going to think I'm crazy. I think this is actually good for the Knicks. I think the Knicks now will go into the season. Everybody will think about Philadelphia, think about Miami with Giannis, what the Celtics look like. And the Knicks like to play with a little chip on their shoulder. And it's almost like they're going to be a forgotten NBA champion. And I think that's going to make them be very alert early. I think of LeBron 80 miles away, big rival, Jaylen Brown there too. I think it actually helps the Knicks. So I think LeBron did the right thing. I didn't need 3.5 weeks waiting for it, but I think LeBron did the right thing. I think it's good for the NBA. And don't put the first game of the year for the Knicks. It's an 82 game schedule. Put it in the middle of the season
It
when there's
smells
nothing
like
going
Christmas
on.
Day, doesn't it?
We don't need Knicks Sixers in October up against World Series.
They play 4 times, dog.
4 times, but don't do it the first game, though. I mean, geez, we're going to watch the first game anyway. But I do think overall, I think the whole picture, I haven't had a chance to talk about this, so I'm dying to say it.
Go ahead,
I think
get
the
out.
whole idea is LeBron and Philly is very good for the NBA. That's
Okay,
my take.
I tend to agree with you guys. I think it had more to do with anything that how competitive the West is. The East just feels a little bit more wide open. However, the Warriors now, okay? They're essentially returning a team that looks very much like the one they had last year. They have not signed any new players during the offseason, obviously outside of the draft. Where do the Warriors now go from here, Wendy?
They go play their 82 games. The people are asking the question, what does this do for the Warriors? And the last 3 years, guys, they finished 10th, 8th, and 10th. This is not a change to their situation, and adding one player that they were able to get. I mean, the reason LeBron was an impact player was that he was going to be on the minimum, and they could have added him to their team. They are big game hunting. And look, this is like fishing, I guess. I'm not a fisherman, but I hear about it. I read about it. You sit there and with the line in the water, and they've got a big piece of bait there, and they're trying to get somebody to take it. And it's an extraordinarily unsatisfying feeling to sit there with your bait in the water, and you go for Giannis, and you go for Jaylen Brown, and you go for LeBron, and you go for Anthony Davis, and you'll go for who's ever next, and you keep getting told no, as I assume it is when you're fishing and you sit there for hours and get nothing. But that is their pathway forward. And I'll just say this. I've said it again. It is something to keep an eye on. I don't think it's going to make me excited if I'm a Warriors fan. If Steph Curry is willing to put off his extension, and I'm not suggesting that he should or will or anything like that, but if he's willing to just wait and let his money come off the books, and Jimmy Butler's money comes off the books, and Draymond Green's money comes off the books, and they wait on extending Brendan Pajemski, they could have $100 million plus in salary cap space next summer. And they could all of a sudden be the team that people want to go to when they start having action. And